Hey y'all, it's your girl. I'm just playing a substance. I'm here with Creative Mindset, and honestly, I had the time of my life here. I was fed, got what I needed. I got to ramble. You know how much I love that big yapping. Check them out. Follow, subscribe. I don't know everywhere they are, but support them. Black men doing stuff too. Let's go.
Welcome back to another episode of the Creative Mindset. Today we got a very, very special guest. You already know. This young lady right here, I would have had a short introduction if I didn't do my research, because I would have just came to you and just be like, this lady is a linguist, a poet, a writer. But then, doing a little bit of research, I found out that she dabbles in videography as well as paints. This is crazy. And very dope individual I met on the fly, kept running into, and I want to bring it to y'all. Creative Mindset family, welcome Substance. Thanks for joining me today, my lady, ain't it?
Thanks for having me, mate. You really did some good research, because the painting is the crazy one. How you know that?
Being nosy, you put it out there, niggas find out what they need to find out.
That's crazy. I did one gallery one time. Painter.
All right, so talk to us about that, because I know you for your words. You know what I mean? And this is kind of like a general question that I ask a lot of artists, but I also feel like us as artists, we do everything, you know what I mean? But you find that one thing that you love a lot. But talk to us about your creative journey.
The journey, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I was born. I have two writer parents, so that kind of was always going to be a part of who I am. I started doing poetry for God at like 12 or so. I think I had my first performance. It was like a Mother's Day performance, and I wrote a poem about my mom. I performed it at church, and I've been writing ever since and kind of performing ever since. When I was like 13, I went to the Cleveland School of the Arts. My major was band, and ninth grade I switched to creative writing. I had a teacher who told me, "You be rapping," and I was like, "No, just a poet." He was like, "No, that's rapping." And then I started emceeing and learning how to like really be a performer and use the microphone. In recent years, I've done music. I always was the friend with the camera, so I like have all the archived photos. I tried to be a videographer, not my ministry. Tried to be a photographer, not my ministry. But I do love to do it for my own joy, and for record keeping, honestly. Trying to think what else. The journey now, 2025, I've done acting. I've made music. I can't remember if I said that. I made a board game at the beginning of this year. The journey is journeying.
Okay, so let's talk about that painting. You said you did an exhibition. Talk to us about that.
I did.
What was that collection? What was the foundations and inspiration behind that collection?
Honestly, grief was the only reason I was doing anything at that period of time. I lost somebody very close to me, and it was such an important loss that I was really good at the grieving process. And I was just being intentional about making sure I kept busy, kept creating in order to like process the things that I was feeling, things that I was thinking. So I was like, yeah, why wouldn't I do a show? A friend of mine was like, you should make some art. And I was like, I'll do it. And then I made a piece called Griefing. Literally, I don't even like the paintings in the pieces anymore. It was like this abstract thing, but I'm like, I don't even like it anymore. It just was what was necessary for me at the moment. So I love it as something that kept me busy and kept me processing and encouraging the process. But yeah.
I think that happens as an artist, where you in a mode and you feel something and you let your feels kind of direct the flow of wherever the direction of the pieces are going. And then when you get to a certain point, you look back and be like, why did I do this? Or I don't like this, but it was so necessary to what you were feeling at that time, where it was just something that you had to get out. And shout out to you for that. I was just actually talking to bro about this literally before we met here today, but it was like sometimes God put us through situations to where we make another connection through that situation, and that grief was you getting in that situation and painting and putting together that exhibition. You know what I mean?
Truly.
Because if that would have been something that you loved, then you would have more. You know what I mean? You would have continued digging that, but you scratched that itch and you moved on. So talk to us about this board game. What kind of board game was it?
I made a board game about crushing. It walks you through the 4 steps of a word called limerence, which essentially is just the process of having a crush on somebody. So I found out that having a crush was like a thing, like they had a name for it and everything. And I was like, people need to know this because people have crushes all the time. And the 4 steps are like very common. Like you can have friend crushes, you can have parent crushes. It's like things that you experience with a person who stirs feelings in you. And I think it's important for us to acknowledge just like we're going through a process when that happens. And it's important for us to notice and observe what it is we're really experiencing when we think we have feelings for somebody else. So yeah, the game walks you through the 4 steps of crushing. It was a very rinky-dink made game. I'm not gonna lie. I made it in 3 days. Yeah, it was like made on some felt, and I just used a bunch of heart shapes to make a board. And the game, you like progress through the game by picking up cards that are parts from real scenarios where I had crushes on people and it either did or didn't go well. But I use real life moments of me having crushes to like walk you through those 4 steps. So you pull the cards and then you roll to get out of whatever phase you're in. But the goal is to get out of the phases. The goal is to not be there anymore.
That sounds interesting. I'm kind of sad you didn't bring that for us to play today.
I wish I could. Again, very rinky dink. It's like hanging up on my wall because it's falling apart. Like it can't be a usable thing. But there is a version 2 that is being created currently. I don't know how much I can talk about it. Everybody's acting like it's secretive. I would tell you everything, but I think I'm supposed to wait. But yeah, the second version is being developed right now. It'll be more of a social game than it will be about the board itself, but still the same concept, walking you through the phases, hearts everywhere.
I like that idea. Look out for that. What was the name of the game?
Crushing.
Alicia, we crushing 2026, y'all. Look out for that.
Unless you meet, and it's every day.
So, when we first initially met, it was what was it, October, at the open mic. Yeah, Kat put it together. Said, oh, okay. I'm getting into my bag. But when we met at the event, you did a really dope piece, and that's when I got hip.
Thank you.
Writing was my forte coming up. It's something that I can definitely resonate with. And working within community, it's like a crush for real. Because we was just talking about how we can continue to pour into community and still yet need to pour into ourselves.
Truly.
So with that being said, like, how has poetry been that for you?
Been my community or been my crush?
Being your crush.
Even though I'm a very open person, I'm not always forefront about it. Like, my best self will spark a conversation, but my internal thinking too much self will not spark a conversation. And it's like, if you ask me, I'll tell you, but if you don't ask me, I'm not saying anything. Poetry was how I started saying stuff. And one of the things that I enjoy most about relationships with people, in the same way that I enjoy art, is the ways that it gives me space to speak. And it's not a forced space. It's a very easygoing space. I feel like I can just be there in poetry, show up however I am, whoever I am at the time, with whatever I'm thinking about, and just allow that space to be that space for myself. So I like poetry because she lets me speak. Yeah. And it's not too much. It's like she just lets me be. And I like that.
It's like it become the voice.
Literally.
You're definitely speaking from a place of emotion. So that's where I can resonate a lot with. And just writing early on. When you said, I just wanted to backpedal a little bit. When you talk about your parents, in terms of them being writers, and how that, that's epigenetics. Like, it's just, so you was You was bred for this.
I was. I truly was.
When it comes down to writing, and there's so many different facets of you, even with connecting with community and programming, how have you used your pen to, connect with the community? Because the community portion is very important to me, because I feel like that feeds the artistry.
Yeah, absolutely. We aren't anything without our community, and we're only as good as the weakest person in our community. I strongly feel that way. Okay, let me cultivate an answer. You're throwing a lot at me in the best way. I think, the first thing that came to mind was, throughout my whole life, I have been very intentional about acknowledging that there are rules in language, like grammar, where a period should go. Like, there are rules. I will acknowledge that. But I also am able to acknowledge that you can only communicate with somebody from both of your understanding. So, like, no matter what you know about the rules, no matter what it is, if I don't understand however you're delivering it, then it doesn't matter how you give it to me. So I think I have been very intentional about making sure that I always remain myself. In writing in particular, I'm just thinking about like college essays. I will not write in traditional form because that's not how my brain works. You're going to get this paper. It's going to say everything you asked me to say, but it's just not going to follow these like minuscule rules because I don't think they are as important as the message. So yeah, I'm intentional about the message being given and the message being received. I'm also just very vocal in my community about how great they're doing. I'm learning that you also have to tell people when they're not doing great, which sucks, but that's how you build and maintain community and get better. Yeah, I just feel like it's very important to tell people you love them. I feel like it's very important to tell people that you're proud of them, that you see them, you acknowledge them. Sometimes it's important just to remind people that you are there at all. Yeah, so I've always been the friend who is like, long paragraphs on your birthday. If I see you, I'm gonna say everything I've been thinking about you since the last time that I saw you, just to make sure I give you that before we part ways again. I feel like even in ways that we can show up in action for a community, sometimes it's missed if you do not plainly say like, hey, I really mess with you for real. And sometimes it's as simple as that. Is that an answer to your question?
Yes, you definitely gotta affirm people.
Amazing.
That's an awesome answer.
Thank you.
Bro spoke about community, and although I had been exposed to your work in a different setting, but I actually, a piece that you had spoke upon, and it was also during my sabbatical, but I'm like, man, she a real nigga for this right here, you feel me?
You can say nigga?
Like
Sorry.
Just
okay, cool.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You can pop it, just don't go out willy-nilly.
I won't. I just was,
Don't go niggly.
But and like I hate to say this, but this is the one that resonated with me the most. And you off top when you said this one for G's.
Oh yeah.
Right. Do not wax me. You will get 10 for this G.
You'll get 10 for this G.
And if you the plug, we the electricity. You feel me? What?
Words.
What?
Wow. Oh, I'm honored. I'm honored.
But I know that because I was hired to shoot and capture that event. So I watched it over and over and over again.
Editing
one, because I'm editing it, but then two, because I like what you said.
Sure.
Like,
for sure.
Nigga talking about 20 a G, like, bro, you about to get this 10 for this G.
I don't know if you were smoking at the time, but there was a period in time where G's were $20. It was like not even your local dude had it for under 20. It was a very rough time for Cleveland smokers. And that I was in that realm of life when that happened. Cause I'm like, everybody's tripping, like everybody's switching up. Y'all is acting different. I know what's up.
You know this my medicine, bro. Like, what you
Why
doing?
is you acting like that? I've been shopping with you. That's crazy. But I feel like it was like kind of a metaphor for like life. Cause like you gonna get what I got. Cause that's all I have to give you at this moment. And it's important for us to recognize just how much energy is important to how we are handling exchanges. Like it was about the weed, but it was about life. It was about just vibrations and energy, you know? You got to show up with what you got, and you got to be able to work with whoever has whatever they have in order to make the uniting, the electricity actually work.
Hence, if you the plug, we the electricity, nigga. You could be the plug, but if you ain't got no power, man, like
you ain't connected to nothing. What are we doing?
You could be the plugged in, but if you ain't paid Cleveland Public Power, my nigga, you ain't doing nothing. You ain't
It's
getting
not on. It's not on. If they ain't hit the switch,
you feel me? I'm glad you explained that because I really wanted to know like what was behind that.
Oh yeah, it was both those things. In real life, I was mad because I was paying that 20 because I'm like, I'm about to not smoke. That's crazy. But I also was like, y'all,
That sounds like COVID.
we got to work together. It was a little bit before. Funny thing is that poem. One, I did not do that poem in entirety. I forgot the whole like second half, or no, I forgot the whole first half of that poem. I started in the second half. That poem also was a song, and I've just been performing it a cappella because I know it so well, honestly. Yeah, that used to be my favorite song that I ever created because I really felt like it gave a message, and it was like cool to rock to. That was the first hook I ever made that I liked. Because I'm not the hook girl. Yeah,
because it got a bop when you say it.
You know?
And you move with it. You bob your head a cappella with it.
It's about energy.
Exactly. So earlier you touched on acting, and I remember people have been going crazy with the memes with that acting gig. Talk to us actually about the play first before we go to the meme.
Say less. I was Queen of Clubs in Portals of Knowing, written by Tisha Stone Wilson. I'm sorry, I don't remember the order. Portals of Knowing was a very immersive experience that literally calls the audience to be, you come to the house of a Black family and you become the cousins who are visiting that household for the day. And it kind of just walks you through these different layers of being in Cleveland, being Black, being in poverty, being single mother or a child who is in the household of a single mother. It just walks you through these very, like, we experience these things every day. We don't think about them that much. So it makes you think about them. And then there are different sections in the play where you are able to, like, honestly just focus on yourself and process whatever came up during that section of the play. I don't want to say too much about that either, but it was a really great experience. An amazing play, one of the greatest things I've ever seen. It incorporates literally every single version of art that you can think of was involved in the making of, creating, and performing of that play. Never seeing anything like it. So glad to be a part of it. It was amazing. It was so dope.
What was your role?
Queen of Clubs. Okay, so it's very meta in concepts, you know. So I'm trying to figure out like where to start. Queen of Clubs is essentially the praying grandmother. I don't appear as that, but that's like my role. It's like the grandma who prays, but like she also go to the casino and smoke cigars. You know what I'm saying? Like she's very much like, I know what happens in the world. I know how to operate here, but I also know my God. Yeah, honestly, throughout the play, I just kind of provide help for everybody. A little bit of prayer here, a little bit of singing there, a little dance number. A little bit of everything. Yeah. And the wig. I got a wig for that role because I needed to look a little older. I'm like, I got a childlike face and honestly aura, so I needed something to put me in the character of being a serious older lady. And the wig has made me feel like a white woman in America. It's not this wig. It's not this wig. This is a different story being told. But yeah, it's like a straight wig with a bang. It's like loose curls. It's not really straight, but one of the best weeks of my life. People were just offering me things every day, everywhere. So many people asked if they could help me. I'm like, I'm just standing here, but thanks, you know. That wig changed my life.
So this is a perfect segue because here at the Creative Mindset we like to talk about mental health.
Let's talk about it.
And I seen your rant about how you were treated differently about wearing that wig, and I listened to that rant because I wanted to understand where you were coming from, but I understand that as well because like going out with, I come from a family of like my mom's side is just like all Black women, all dark skinned women. Me and my mom the only light skinned ones on her side of the family, but then on my dad's side of the family we all light skinned, but my grandfather was a dark skinned one, you know what I mean? So I understood where you were coming from for that, and going out to eat with my family, I can see sometimes where you are in a certain setting, how you're discriminated against, and when you're wearing your natural hair, people automatically treat you like you're not gonna tip or give good service or something like that. But then when you do got the straight hair, it's like, hey, how can I help you? Oh my God, I love your hair. Your hair is so wonderful. Like even though I'm not a woman, I understood where you were coming from. But if you want to, that's only if you want to. Like, talk us.
Here's my thing. Okay, so I feel like I had a similar experience a few years ago where my roommate had a straight wig. I was like, I'm about to put that on. Hee, ha, ha, ha. I love Instagram. It's one of my biggest downfalls. But I was like, yeah, the gram about to love this. I posted some pics on Instagram, maybe like a reel or so. And I had gotten the most likes and views on my profile, story, and post that I ever got. And I'm like, that's crazy because I crank out heat regularly. And I think I posted something after that, same fit. Not nearly as much or whatever. And this is before the algorithm was really algorithmic. We were still getting the in time timeline. And I was like, y'all strange for that. And I just never wore straight hair again after that. I was like, I don't like the way it made me feel to receive all those likes. And then, yeah, I didn't like how I felt in response to people liking the straight hair on me so much. And then I got the wig and I was like, cool, bet, because it's still kind of curly. Those were also some of the best numbers I've gotten on Instagram in my history. Again, I love Instagram, been on there most of my life. Still some of the greatest numbers I've gotten, definitely in the recent past. Other factors could be at play, but I know how people do. And it's funny because it's not like I've been wearing my natural hair for a really, really, really long time. And I think that it's like levels to the natural hair ship. It's like, you bald headed, that's like goddess level type energy. Like people just treat you like goddess. Short hair fro, you kind of treat it kind of crappy. I feel like baby mama-esque is the best way I can explain that, where it's like, you here, I acknowledge you for the role that you play, but I don't really mess with you like that. And then
You wow.
I can't believe that just came out my mouth. And then it's like in the middle, there's like the big fro. And people are like, oh, that's so lovely. It's so cool. Because they're like amazed at it. So they like it. So they're not as mean to you because they like it so much. I've been on all ends of that spectrum. And it's very subtle things that are telling of people's perception and people's preference. Like just asking me for help was a very small thing. Like I'm at the grocery store, I got two hands. I never get a cart because I always think I can carry it all. That's my every grocery store experience is like, and if I can't carry it, I don't need it. Wow. I'm used to doing that. It's ridiculous.
Shares the same sentiment.
Oh, you do that too?
All the time.
And I'm like, why do I do it? But it's kind of helpful.
I'm trying to ration.
Right.
Ration myself.
I'm trying to be for real because I can go crazy. I love the grocery store. So like I'm used to that experience all the time. Nobody ever asks if I need help. Sometimes I have full blown meltdowns in the store because I'm like, I should have grabbed the cart. And nobody's like, here, do you need help, ma'am? I'm talking about I walked in Giant Eagle. Everybody's like, hey, ma'am, do you need help? You need help? You need help? And I'm like, with existing, like I'm honestly just here. Like I haven't even done anything yet. So it's like small things like that where it's like, there's like a base level of acknowledgement. And then there's like the, how do you acknowledge me? With that straight hair, they was like, oh, this is a person who like needs humans too. I don't know what it was about that hair that made me human, but that's what it felt like. It was like people could acknowledge that I was a person who needed, or like a person who longed or yearned. Yeah.
Them type of people live within preconceived notions, and they don't have real life experiences.
You can't, cause like, huh?
And people don't introspect a lot, so they walk around with their insecurities.
Right there.
Actions.
Right there.
Just about that, right? Let's stay right there. Like when that is happening to you, typically when you're going through something, when you're having a down period of time, how do you keep yourself going? How do you keep yourself motivated?
Movement. I like to dance for like my sanity. I mean, I like to dance because it's fun, but movement, taking walks was probably the thing that saved my mental health time and time again. A simple walk can really change your whole perspective on life. Your body literally has things that will make you love life again if you actively use it. Yeah, movement.
You need scenery when you walk where you walk. MLK maybe.
Oh my God, it's a brain, babe. I've got the scenery up here. Because, like, if I'm taking a walk for the sake of feeling better, it's already enough going on in here. I'm not even thinking about what's going on around me, low-key. It's like I'm aware because I have to be in terms of safety. But, like, I'm walking to let go of a little something with every step. Like, I'm thinking on purpose so that I can release whatever it is that I'm backed up in. I need a scenery if I'm sitting. We were talking about lake sittings earlier, like how Cleveland it is to go sit at the lake. And it's like people do that after work. They do it after an argument. They do it to argue sometimes. So in the I'm sitting and I'm thinking, I need a scenery. But if I'm active, it don't matter what's going on.
The lake is a reset. That's how I feel about it.
It's north.
Me and Broden talked about this often. Before we run too far. Having those experiences, has that motivated a piece? Because sometimes we, as creators, we create the best out of frustration.
Yes.
Out of anger, you know what I mean? And I was like, we even made jokes about it. Like, it's kind of messed up how you could only create the best when shit is like going to hell, you know what I mean? Literally. Other than when you happy, it's just like, oh, I'm happy. I could just recite this the best.
Right.
Whatever you wrote previously, you can recite it the best, but then you create the best out of anger and in those down moments.
I think it's like a point of survival.
Yes.
Like, it's yourself. That's your version of yourself saving yourself.
Yeah.
So can we expect a piece out of that experience? Because this is this is the second time you've documented it. You got the previous, but the first time you was playing around.
Yeah.
So I know we got to have a piece because I don't like the way this makes me feel.
I don't. I really don't. Because, like, a part of me is, like, eating it up. Like, yeah, they're loving it. I'm about to bring the wig back. And I don't like that part. Because, like, I love who I am. And I love who I am without that weird wig on. So I don't like that there are parts of me that are, like, going with the flow of how people are perceiving it or how people would prefer it. Because I'm like, I've never been that type of person. Like, you really do get what you get. You're going to get the 10 for a G. 5 if I'm just trying to stay alive. And yeah, I think that there was a whole character developing from that wig. And it's so funny because the character is very opposite from who I played in the performance. But I like only put that wig on now when I'm trying to be funny. So I think there's a comedic character developing. I haven't really recorded a lot, but that's kind of the direction looking at that wig has made me go into.
Seize the moment, because you know a lot of people made memes and they put captions to that picture and you embraced it. So why not turn something that made you upset into something that we can all joke about, and then, you know what I'm saying, get those numbers to go up? Because I can't speak for those people that you didn't know in a grocery store, but what I do know from experience, whenever I post anything outside of my regular norm, the numbers go up. Like,
that's a valid point of view.
This creative mindset thing right here, me posting videos that I do, pictures that I take, man. But then let me post something of just me like doing something adventurous or posting a scene outside of me showing you what I could do, and then it's like people like, hey, where you at? What you doing?
Yeah.
How you do that? And they just liking everything. So, you know, it's outside of the norm.
That's so bad.
It's kind of like the culture of now of people not wanting to be sold or not wanting to see the commercial-esque type of content, you know, but when you just show them just some regular stuff, like, look, hey, look at this, doop, 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 doop. And they eating it up, and it's weird, because they'll be like, man, I put my heart and soul into this I showed you, and you just,
truly,
like, yeah, you do that, okay.
True thing.
So they just bring it back to, it's not that you were doing it for the wig, it was, we all like approval. That's a silver lining. And we all, acknowledging where you are, you can start to navigate those fields. So yeah, own that shit for you and make it your own. It's the same like we was talking about the word, the N-word. Outside. Yeah.
You gotta make it your own.
Same way, make it your own.
Wow, thanks for that, guys. Needed that real bad. Yeah. I was like, I'm gonna just get rid of this thing. But it is something about it that I enjoy tapping into.
Yeah, and that's the acting bag. So.
Yeah, you gotta have fun with it. You gotta play with it. And, you know, it's kind of like giving the people what they want, and then, you know, that allows you to open a whole new door outside of your norm of even with speaking.
No, you're right.
When you go speak, you can speak with that wig on, and then, you know, If you want to tap into your comedic bag, you snatch the wig off and throw it on somebody. You wear it, and then you go natural because this is who I am. You know what I mean? You feel me?
I'm laughing, but I'm listening.
Yeah, I know. You know, like this is a conversation, but
for sure.
That's just something I wanted to kind of suggest because I understand people eating up. It's kind of like watching interviews where you talk to when you watch interviews with celebrities and certain celebrities where you hear them say the hit single that came out they hated that song, but the song they loved the most nobody messed with it.
Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm.
People always love what you don't care for.
Dang.
It's like I was in a rut and I just made this because I could make it. But then everybody that I played it for ate it up, and like I was thinking about scrapping it.
Right.
Like Cass said, when you release art, it ain't about you no more. It's not yours no more.
My boy was
That was from Trav.
That was Trav.
That was Trav. Those were Trav's words.
Yeah, that was Trav's words though. Yeah,
absolutely. It's not for you.
It's
anymore.
not for you
That's
no
so
more.
true.
And I really understand that now. Just looking at the way that we put ourselves online.
Mm-hmm.
And we market ourselves because we basically, it's still creativity is content.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't accept it, then it is what it is.
That's all about
it. Yeah.
So talk to us about the process of writing when you up. What keeps you motivated when everything is all smiles? Like you having a good birthday this
Great
week.
birthday.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Grateful for life. What have you written? And how did that process? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm outside.
We out here.
Yeah.
We out here. We out here. I'm sorry.
What a lot of my writing for the past few days has just been thank yous to people.
Amen.
I feel like people have really just showed me a level of love outside of myself that I needed this year. Like I've been very in my self-love bag. Like I got this. I know I got me, but it felt like my community had me this year, and I've just been telling every person who told me happy birthday, belated. I'm calling people back if I missed a phone call. Like I've just been very intentional about saying how much it meant to me this year in particular. That's when I've been writing most. However, I have a show on Saturday that I'm supposed to be doing music for, and I have not written, touched a micro. I have nothing prepared. So today actually was the first day that I actually sat and created some music for this upcoming show. So I had to write for that today at the laundromat in the car. That's where I'm at with the writing.
It's all right. We go in spurts because it's like talking to one of the previous guests. It's like sometimes you got to be in that mode. You need to be in the right environment. The smell need to be right. The scenes need to be like the colors, the hue of the walls. Everything has to be right. Other than that, you're forcing it. So taking that whack at it, what's a step? I can't wait to see what you deliver on Saturday because this is going to drop probably like 2 weeks from now. So for people to watch this after you perform, it's going to be like, I would have never knew.
We'll see. They might know. I might have to just tell them. Because I never go into a performance this unprepared. Well, I'm lying. Poetry, it get like that with poetry. But music, I take it so serious that I'm like, I had my set ready 3 months ago type. This is very new territory for me. I'm scared. It's going to be a good time because MC, that's me. But I'm a little scared.
Poetry definitely be iffy, man.
Because it's like you got to go with the vibe, with your particular vibe at the time.
Oh,
you got to read the room and see what you can say in that room versus what you can't say.
I wanted to ask you that. Like, I stopped performing because I felt like it was almost performative. To me, I don't want to say my piece and look for oohs and ahs, but I see that it's the culture of open mics in certain spaces and rooms. Like I'm more focused on the writing. And my medium is dark. I'm dark humor. I'm dark poetry.
Is it because you light skin? I'm sorry. I couldn't avoid that. I'm so sorry.
I think so. Because, you was talking about like hair stigmas and our crowns, fucking look up the Crown Act. It's a thing.
We ain't good. We got the wrong type of crown, bro.
Yeah, that's why I don't resonate, right? I didn't even think that was a thing, even with having daughters. But I know one of them has very straight hair, and my other daughters have coarse hair, right? And my middle daughter wants her hair to be straight like her older sister, but she don't have that grade. So when I look at, you know, that type of thing for myself, I'm looking at it like, how do I sit up here and go up there and express my medium, you know what I'm saying, without feeling pressured to be and conformed and boxed in a certain way? Like, how much, I know you said you ain't never been this unprepared, but how do you get yourself, how do you set intentions on getting yourself ready to write?
There's like a mixture of things because it really is like performance based. Knowing who I'm performing for is a essential part of what I have going on. Because there are things that I have written or write just to be related to by people like me. And if that's not a room full of people like me, I don't like to share that part of myself with them because it's like, I didn't do it for y'all. But I have to free write before I do any type of writing, music, poetry. If I'm feeling like a story, whatever mood I'm in, I have to free write. I'm the same way with my essays too. I gotta have like a page or two of just me literally like going through whatever thoughts I'm experiencing at the time. They might be relevant, they might not, but I need that free write because my brain moves way too fast. And if I try to jump into writing something intentionally, I'm gonna think it's trash because it's gonna be the first thoughts that I have. So I do like a digging the dirt out so we can get to the treasure.
Pump and dump.
Yep. That's a funny way to put it, but that's exactly what's going on. Yeah.
Pumping it out.
Yeah.
Throw it to the side.
Throw it to the side. That's an essential part of my writing process for anything. My speaking process too, actually. Was that the only question you asked?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was it. I just really wanted to know.
Yeah. Good free write. Maybe a freestyle. I might throw in a beat. Just talk through it, you know?
Can we expect the album from you? Or an EP?
Have you ever watched Narwhal videos? That's the energy you're giving me. I can't believe you brought up the painting. I think that's crazy. Like okay. Okay.
It's just because you can't come in here and you can't be playing with people, but like, what a previous guest that I had spoke with, it was like, I think you dope. So first and foremost, everybody that come up here, it's because I think they're dope.
Right.
But then, artists are ever changing. Sometimes we have stuff that we post, and Instagram gave us that feature to archive things. So sometimes we archive things, and then you got from 2021, and then like 22, 23 is missing, and then you just get 24 and 25.
Sounds like me.
Exactly. So I kind of gotta go off the base of
that's valid.
What you give.
That's valid. I'm thankful. That's just crazy.
Nardwar.
Right. Okay. Can you expect an album from me? I had to get back to the topic at hand. I don't know what type of project to call it because it is not fully developed, but Crushing the Board Game started off as Crushing the EP because I had this crush on this boy in the studio. We was making music together and I was like, ooh, I'm so in love. But then I'm like, I hate you. I don't even think you cute. So I was like, what is that process? And then I saw the video about limerence and I was like, oh, that's what I'm experiencing. And I was like, oh, right. Like, just let the process. So I made some music from that. That's ironically what I'm supposed to be performing on Saturday. So Crushing the musical project is something that I'm really trying to have out by the end of this year because I feel like I've only released one musical project. It was a 3-track EP years ago. I deleted it because I was being an artist about it and I wish I never did that. I wish it was still there. So I really want some type of musical footprint in the air by the end of 2025. I feel like it's doable. But is it an album? I don't know. It might be a mixtape. It might be an EP. It might just be one really long song. I don't know. We'll see.
Whatever name you want to call that shit, people gonna digest it however the way that you deliver it. You gotta think about it. R. Kelly started with Trapped in the Closet, and before you know, that shit was like 4 DVDs or whatever, however many, you know what I mean? So, however you deliver it, you know, it's going to be, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be something different, and it's going to be something unique, but the most important part is the people who are fans of you, they're going to appreciate it, you know what I mean? And I'm really curious to hear this music that came from that crushing experience.
I'll rap right now. I'm just playing.
I'd never be that selfish, but I was ears open. Ears was open.
I wasn't gonna stop you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because crushing is a real thing, man. And I'm so interested. Like, when we get on wax, I'm gonna ask you that word again. Because you keep saying it, and I'm like, that shit keep going, and then it die. Like, what's that word again? I want to do more reach. No, the legal term.
Oh, limerence.
Limerence. Yes, I'm gonna ask you that shit like 20 more times before we get
because I need to stay up on my stuff.
I'm intrigued by that word. I've never heard it before, but I understand, like, totally.
It's a thing. We have crushes. That's what happens.
And yeah, I really would like to hear that project. So please mash the gas. So if not mash the gas, at least just keep your toe on it at 60.
Okay.
Feeling the feels. You gotta feel the feels. So
that's true.
I see. It's all about the feels.
Pooh, but yay.
Yeah, go see that nigga again. Make sure the limerence is there or not. we need that back. We might need a sequel to it. Why are you in my brain?
Like, why are you in there? That's crazy.
That's like what do the loot do. You know what I mean? Hold on,
Mercury retrograde 2. It's spin back season. What are you talking about? I'm sorry.
This is Mercury.
Yeah.
You got it twice this year, dude? You got it earlier this year.
It wasn't a retrograde earlier this year. It was something else. Retrograde is where my knowledge ends.
People usually tell me where Mercury be drinking Gatorade, but I don't really like. I don't be believing in it, but then after today, I do believe in it because you know
that was something.
Yeah, I'll be on point too, and you know that kind of messed me up. You know what I mean?
Hey, like, happens to the best.
I'm so embarrassed too. I'm so embarrassed.
You really shouldn't be. One time I forgot a camera.
Yeah. Players mess up. Players mess up.
And do.
So, like, what keeps you motivated?
My life's mantra is just here to get better. That is literally always my motivation for anything, especially artistically, because I'm like, if I'm not producing something perfect, something amazing, something great, I might as well not even do it anymore. Then I'm like, right, but I'm here to get better. So that means I got to be bad in order to get good. That's literally my motivation for life, to clean up my room, to make up my bed. It's like, I'm just here to do better than I did before. So if that's all I'm here for, I can knock this little thing out. I can do this little thing here, spread a little love here, you know? Yeah.
I paid for like a seminar in a class, and a guy had said the way you do one thing is the way you do all things. And that's important. So if you even just take time to put care into the small things, it will transfer over into the things that are important to you. Because
every time,
you know, it's kind of like the same flow, like the energy that you spoke of. I want to know. Tell me, what are you most grateful for?
Most grateful for. At this moment, I feel like I have to say community. And I'm talking good, healthy, listening to what you need and want community. I'm talking real good.
You see the arm?
Because I'm for real. I have to say that right now, just because of where I am. Post birthday vibes is like, people love me. And that is a really great thing to be grateful for, especially considering the types of experiences that I have allowed my mind to draw from. It's like I have experienced having loving community my whole life. People have always loved me, but I've been like, but that person did me dirty, and this was terrible, and blah, blah, blah. And now I'm writing poetry and raps and crushing on people, but it's very easy to like get stuck on those negative experiences. And I feel like this year I don't have a complaint because it wasn't none of that. It was just straight love for your girl. And that is a beautiful experience. And I didn't have to question it. It wasn't like nobody was phony about it. Like, it's just straight what it is. Oh, I love the real. Yeah. What was the question?
What you grateful for?
Oh, yeah. Community for sure. Community for sure.
Yeah, and I appreciate that.
What you grateful for?
Life, love, friends.
Okay.
My brother.
Period. What you
My
grateful
sis.
for? Oh, I'm sorry. His list
I'm
was
grateful
long.
for the
Yeah, I got a long list. There's some of the stuff is little small stuff like breathing, being able to run. There's so many people that
maybe
can't
the heel
run.
toe.
Yeah, I'm grateful for doing the heel toe. My bro can't even do the heel toe over there. You know
I
what
hate that.
My form is not the same. That's been the constant phrase.
We need to start a GoFundMe for his physical therapy to restore this brother's heel toe.
It got me at the VA, y'all. I don't got good health.
Wow.
I was gonna wait to the end, but shout out, the boot ain't here no more. You know
Shout
what I
out
mean?
to
I was gonna wait to the end
Just here to get better. That's it.
the boot was
Just
holding us
better.
down. My boy was like RoboCop. That motherfucker was a yo shot. It was almost on your knee for real.
'Cause I had to stretch that thing out.
What's old boy from the Joe Budden podcast who had the boot?
Ice.
That's
Is
the
that
first
Ice?
thing. I don't know his name. He get on my nerves.
that was
That's
Ice.
that's exactly what I thought about. The boot.
My
I
brother-
usually have a final question, but I don't feel like that question is befitting because I feel like I got the answer already.
Fair.
So,
Did you answer the grateful question?
you asked the grateful question. You answered it up.
Did you answer?
Oh, I didn't answer it.
That's
yet.
what I'm talking about.
Oh, I'm definitely. I said I'm grateful for the room. I did say that. Okay, bringing it back. I'm just laughing.
It's me. I'm sorry.
Lead the people with one last word before we go.
Clean your room.
That's as simple as it gets.
Clean your room. Was it supposed to be what, like one singular word?
No, I mean whatever.
No.
Whatever
Okay,
your
yeah.
message
Clean your
was
room.
good.
Clean your room. It'll change everything in your life. Life will be so much better if you just cleaned your room, babe. Just put that laundry away.
And it's clean though. You living out a basket.
Get it out that chair, that basket, that
Get it off the
pile.
bed. You'll be able to sleep in a full bed. Don't you want that for yourself?
Wow.
Come on, clean your room, babe.
There's a lot of pearls going to be clutched after that statement. But I appreciate it because here at the Creative Mindset, we want you to think. We want you to think.
And think clearly. That's why you need to clean your room. There's too much junk in there. It's in the way.
Yeah.
It's affecting your thoughts.
So for the people who aren't following you, tell these people where they can find you and tap into what you do, the best that you do.
If you trying to see some poetry, some acting, maybe some wig skits in the near future, some music, kind words and encouragement, or maybe just some real crap I'm going through, you can follow me at Only Substantial. It's spelled exactly how it sounds. And if you don't know how it's spelled, I want you to look it up because that's your learning experience. If you just type in Only Substantial, all one word, no spaces, no periods, I'll come up. And if I don't come up, it's because I'm not on that app. So Only Substantial.
Straight substance.
Period.
Creative Mindset family. Substance.
Pure booger sugar. Shit, pure. Ain't no cut.
Appreciate you for coming and kicking with us.
Thanks for having me. Woo!
Man, you funny as hell.